Joining me today on NYSE Floor Talk is Jim Gowen. He is the Chief Sustainability Officer at Verizon. Jim, fantastic to have you back on Floor Talk.
Judy, great to see you again.
Thank you, thank you. So now, Jim, Verizon is a major buyer of corporate renewable energy. Tell me, why are you doing this and what impact has it had on your business?
So when you think about Verizon, we run the most secure, reliable network. That's what we do every day, day in and day out. And we really have a responsibility to make sure that we're moving the world forward, where we work and where we live, whether we're in folks' homes for FiOS or whether we're bringing 5G connection wherever we go. So when you think about that, why are we doing that? Well, our networks run on energy. So we're always constantly being responsible for the type of energy we have. That's why we've invested so heavily into renewable energy purposes. But when you think about the what and the why, nothing's better than what just happened recently with Bring Your Kids to Work, because when those kids come in, we do it for our customers, but we also do it for the next generations, and that's super important to us.
So Verizon has sold billions of dollars worth of green bonds to raise money to invest in renewables. Tell me more about these renewable energy programs.
Sure. So Verizon is one of the largest issuers of green bonds here in the United States, and the first one in our industry to do so. So we started our journey in 2019. It was a really interesting time, a lot of fun, a lot of energy around it, no pun intended. And fast forward to where we are now, we've issued over $6 billion worth of green bonds, $6 billion green bonds to $6 billion. And it has truly been a fantastic journey. Last year, when we utilized all the proceeds from our fifth bond, over $990 million went to renewable energy. That's our focus on green energy.
Now, Jim, how large a role do you think companies such as Verizon can play in the energy transition, and what's holding others back?
So when you think about the entire ecosystem and where we're going from brown energy, traditional fossil fuels, coal and oil, to the renewable, whether it's wind, solar, hydro, whatever the case may be, companies like Verizon, as I said up front, we have a social responsibility with all of our customers, whether we are dealing with them wirelessly or through our fiber networks, to make sure we're a responsible company. And that's why we focus on that. What's holding people back? Everything that holds any company back. Supply chain issues, inflation rates, global geopolitical challenges. But companies like Verizon, when we step up and we put our commitment, long-term commitment, and we double down on that, we're sending the right message and we want everyone to come along. Renewable energy is not a competitive space. It's somewhere we want everyone to join.
Finally, Jim, tell me what's on the horizon for Verizon ESG and sustainability initiatives?
So when you think about what's next, well, we're always looking internally. How do we run our networks? Can we make sure they're up when they have to be and when they're sleeping and not using energy when they're not? Are we optimizing our fleet, our electric vehicles? We're working with the automakers. How do we get more electric vehicles in a city like New York where it's very challenging? And then we think about our customers and we say, okay, what's next for our customers? Well, IoT. Anything we can do from an IoT perspective, connect things, smart cities, smart transportation, all those different solutions that we can bring to our customers. And lastly, a conversation is not finished without AI and ML. When you think about the future, what goes on here, what goes on in the home, what goes on in a small business, it's all about artificial intelligence. Well, they all run on our networks. That's why we keep them green.
Jim, it's always wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk today.
Thanks, Judy.